Platform games make up a huge part of mobile gaming. In fact, there's 1 out of every 5 games on the Play Store that is a platformer. They often come in as offline games or support controllers, but today we're generally looking at a dozen new platform games in May 2023 for your Android and iOS devices as well. Let's go. From only a few days ago, number 1, we've got over here, first of all, this may not be a great platformer to recommend, but a game called National Championship Mobile. This is actually one of the top 3 beat-em-up games of 2023 on mobiles, about releasing for the Western regions in English we hear next month. You can give this one a shot beforehand now in Korean. I'm not really sure how, but this is actually the first work of its developers. The gameplay is legit. It's already downloaded over 100,000 times in Korea. It takes you down about 1 GB of storage. Sitting on the Play Store with a literal 5 out of 5 and over 10,000 downloads is an offline game. Number 2, we have Super Cat Tales PAWS, an action platform RPG that was released only 3 days ago, and ever since regarded as the crown jewel of cuteness in just mobile gaming. Hell, it's a cat platformer, you may play it as a cat, and it's got a story on top of it, with dedicated soundtracks from a real band. Check it out, this game's about 50 megabytes in size only. Been out for a few months now on PCs and now finally here for a couple of days on both platforms. We've got Anton Vine, this coming from the same team of 7 Mortal Sins, the game. This one, however, is a puzzle 3D platformer described by the folks as an emotive puzzle platformer about a boy and a girl who has lost her memory. Trying to piece together the missing pieces to just make sense of it all by the end. Check it out, this game's playable offline. It's in top-down, of course, not really entirely a platformer, and you can actually play it for free.
Hello, Jano. Since I was little, I've always dreamed of becoming a writer.
Sitting on the Play Store for a couple of weeks now, officially. No longer up for his pre-registration state. At number 4, we have Lost Words Beyond the Page. This is coming from the same publishers who just brought our way Turnip Boy, the Vine game all the way. Lost Words, however, is not a free game thoroughly, eventually taking him down about $6. It's an award-winning narrative adventure, just like Anapod Interactive's Memoir Blue, most of the games, and an emotional journey entirely. This is how it really looks.
Darkness. Robin's hope guided her. I need to finish the story so Gran can read it when she feels better.
We can't hold on to things forever. Let them live in your memories.
With over 10,000 downloads and a 4.9 out of 5 and a rating. Since only last month, we've got over here Legends of Catopia. Legends of Catopia is a semi-fighting and platform RPG, and somehow the first work of its developers. It's quite inspired by the Asterix and Obelix games, where you play as a little Roman soldier, but it's an online multiplayer, almost a brawler or a battle royale in style. In any case, it's a free game, takes you down about 400 megabytes, and it's totally free.
Killing spree. Double kill. An enemy has been slain. Victory.
Number 6 from Infinity Games, developers of at least north of 20 games with over 4.5 each ratings. We've got here the company's latest game called Linea, sitting on the Play Store with a 5 out of 5 again, and the slickest replay in puzzle platform genre, period. This game is literally ad-free, takes you down about 100 megabytes tops. I've never heard of a bug in it. It's a tad hard. It's a little bit rated down because of that, but it's actually a 5 out of 5 and it's free all the way. This is how it really works. Been available for PCs for over 7 years and now finally on the Play Store. After being ported in chapters throughout years, number 7 we have Fran Bow. The full game here, downloaded 100 times maybe and taking you down about $20. It's a pretty expensive game, but you can use an unofficial link to get it. This is an offline game. Fran Bow is a psychological horror point-and-click platform adventure, best summed up as the most disturbing but adorable, violent yet tender, confusing, and chaotic game of all time. Number 8, probably the best game in the list with a 5 out of 5 again and a million downloads since only last month. We've got over here Gunforce. Guys, Gunforce is actually from the same creators of Bob's World, a game that's downloaded over 100 million times on the Play Store. So as far as support and replay and fixes, this game is pretty packed with content and replay. As you can see, a run-and-gun shooter heavily inspired by the old Contra games and actually taking you down about 100 megabytes in storage. With a 4.7 and almost a million downloads for a month now, number 9 we have a top-down run-and-gun action strategy platformer called Pickle Survivor. Guys, Pickle Pete's been ranked by the Play Store as the number 3 most downloaded and fine-tuned action game of the month. It's actually an online game, but it's free, and the ads are totally optional for a little bit of extra kick. Do you want something to kill time with and stay for a few extra months? Keep playing it? This game is definitely the one for you. Quick mention over here, number 10, we've got over here Bad Piggies 2, a sequel to a physics-based casual puzzle platformer, also the same works as the Angry Bird developers. This game could be played offline, free all the way, and it's been out for only a few days. Coming out behind that, with over 10 million downloads released a couple of months only, we have the only work of its publisher's developers, a game called Bike Xtreme, sitting on the Play Store with crossplay support with PCs and a 5 out of 5 in score, literally. MBX here is a physics-based, endless biking platformer, bug-free, about 400 megabytes in size, and playable only online, which is probably the only downside of the thing. Otherwise, it's a 10 out of 10. Number 12. I think I mentioned this one maybe once before. A game called A Goo and the Secret Forest. This is a top-down puzzle and RPG platformer, kind of in the same vein as a Call to the Lamb game, but with just no action, as opposed to an action hack and slasher. It's a free game, takes you down about almost 500 megabytes in size, it's playable online of course, it works with the controller, has a hefty campaign for free, and many stages and puzzles to just sink your teeth into. So keep it in mind. And last but not least, we've got over here Boxville Demo on the Play Store and fully available on both the Google and the App Store for the price of $10. This game is a puzzle platformer entirely made in the same style of the old Machinarium games, same developers of Samaros, bunch of other games, and around just 2 hours of gameplay if you could figure the puzzles quickly. The game's quite fine-tuned, it's got really good soundtracks, a good story, it's funny, it's a comedy-themed one, works really good on phones, and it's of course playable offline. The full game is, by the way, about $2.